on the Ashe. In addition, Thresh can just flash aggressively and get pulled out by Fate's Call as well. But there is the addition of the Black Shield to keep her safe. The Maokai Eve again, yet again, we've seen that combo so many times together. Maokai holds the front, Evelynn flanks, or Evelynn holds the front and Maokai flank. A lot of options there, but let's see, mid lane counter pick for Soren. Azir is still open.
Yeah.
And the preemptive counter pick by Peke. He says, I know you're going Azir.
He's liking the Vlad, and he's trying to bait it a little bit. Yeah, 6-2-15 was a scoreline yesterday. Very respectable score.
Maybe we see Kog'Maw here.
We just might, but how does that synergize with this Wolves comp already?
I think it synergizes all right. We have the defensive Black Shield, the double tank to keep people at bay, and you have the arrow to engage if you land enough poke. It's not going to be Darius mid lane. It might, you know.
You know, we've seen some crazy stuff already, but
crazy things. But
you know, I don't know if we're ready to get that crazy right now. A lot of concentration on the faces of the Wolves here. Are they just going to be bold enough to pick the Azir into it? That requires a lot of trust in your mid laner. I feel like Soren's earned it though.
Yeah, I wouldn't call it. See, I called it the preemptive counter pick earlier. I haven't seen the matchup play out enough to definitely call it a counter pick, but Vladimir did well into Azir. Lifesteals up that poke that comes out, dives under the Emperor's Divide with the Sanguine Pool, has the all-in potential to just pop REQ and do a whole heap of damage. Really strong pick, and in addition to that, Hecarim will be wreaking havoc in the backline for the Wolves. Try and punish the immobile Ashe, and Azir is locked in here.
Yeah, so we've got a Copenhagen Wolves comp. They have a couple things going for them. They have got that very strong Azir. They've got a big front line of the Maokai, the Evelynn. If they can pull off a flank, they can squish Origen between them, but it'll be very, very difficult, and if they themselves get caught, there's not a lot of tankiness outside that Maokai. The Azir is going to have to make very frequent use of that barrier, and Airwax is really going to need to pull these flanks up. We've seen mixed success on Evelynn's here in Europe, and you know, you don't want to be on the losing side of that one. Origen, on the other hand, very strong composition, Crepo.
I like both teams' composition, and the last time I said that was a Fnatic Gambit game, and earlier this morning that turned out to be a fantastic game to watch, and I really hope for a repetition of the same match here. Just hope for a close game, nice game, and a lot of blood.
I think a lot of blood will definitely be the case, especially not just to Vladimir in the game, but Peke's Vladimir indeed. This is going to be something else. I can't wait. It's getting exciting. Last game of the week, too.
Last game of the week.
But, you know, that means we've got one more thing for you guys to do. You came, you saw, and now it's time to tweet. At LL Esports, OG win or CW win. We'll tally those up in-game and see who you think is going to come out ahead. But for now, we're ready to wrap up this week number 2 here in Europe in style with the OG boys taking on the Copenhagen Wolves.
And I asked for blood, and so as he heard my prayers, the offensive Summoner Ignite on Blood Knight Hecarim.
It's making
gonna be a bloodbath. No defensive Summoner. We've seen ponies get punished, put back into their stable without an offensive Summoner, or without a defensive Summoner rather. But are Youngbuck and Airwax gonna do the same? And if they do, is Amazing gonna be lurking in reaction? No Smite shenanigans. If I don't take Flash, I want to burn things down with the Ignite, says SOAS.
That's the mentality for the team. They don't necessarily need that extra Smite. They don't need to challenge opponents. They can just beat them down. So, for now, we've got the teams fanning out. The line of scrimmage SOAS just outside the range of the sapling. And no lane swapperoos this time around. Origen are going to take it straight up, and so are the Wolves for the time being.
30 seconds until minions.
I wonder if this Glist at Rush Lane are going to take a camp. I want to be careful out a little bit. Take a start Q.
Keep the ward nice and safe, but got to be careful to start things off. We've seen a couple level 1s go awry today.
Yeah, level 1 can have a big influence in the game. Is Origen going to go for that one-man leash, one-man nuisance on Thresh, like we've seen before, where Niels goes to help his jungler? Sets Amazing up for a really quick clear to punish that Evelynn that goes very low in her clears potentially, and send Miffy over to stop that Grump, or they're gonna take the experience and go for the level 2 all-in. Both very viable options.
That one ward from Origen will definitely help to know exactly what that start's going to be from Copenhagen Wolves. On the other side, most of the Wolves wards have been spent in the river. They've been playing this very defensively. And you have to have respect for this team. I mean, there's a reason they blazed into the LCS and, you know, find themselves starting out undefeated.
And I want to watch these golems if they do it efficiently. They're spreading out the Kalista passive proc. One proc on the big one. One proc on the small one. Beautiful AoE. Niels finished. Ah, perfect golems. This is what I like watching.
All right, so Mithy and Niels. Pleasing Crepo. We'll see if they are going to keep that up as the game progresses. So, Freeze and Unlimited meet them down in the bot side. Both supports have taken a little bit of damage, but they're nibbling away at the biscuits to get themselves up to a level. Meanwhile, Soaz is going to go ahead and take the teleport route up to the top as he started a camp of his own to begin this game. Try to get that little bit of experience advantage on Youngbuck, who's already wailing away at the minions. Out of the bot, though. Really quick Ignite used on Unlimited. They really want this level 2 all in. Nice flash from Niels away. However, the heal's going to come in. Niels a little bit low, but Freeze is isolated from his support, and Mithy is just being a big bully. Amazing. He's got his big belly to deal with Unlimited. Dark Binding, but he's still in range. First blood and 400 Gs. Over to Amazing.
I love this iteration from the Origen lineup. They know they will get the level 2 power spike. They know they can go aggressive. Love that flash from Niels as well, aggressively dodging the binding, and then Amazing going for a little bit of a cheesy play here, gets 2 camps, or 1 camp, immediately goes down to the bot lane, joins that fight, know there's going to be action. Even if the opponents survive that, you can dive them right after because you've burned all their summers in the fight. Picks up first blood, Freeze has to base, lose all that CS, and he's down 13 CS in the bot lane already.
And that was so confident from Mithy. He steps up, he immediately ignited. They knew that they were the stronger duo, and that is supreme confidence in that bot lane to do that.
Yeah, Niels, fantastic player, really good at level 2 all-ins in addition to his just normal laning style, because you saw him flash aggressively, and that marks the great player that really understands that level 2 power spike that we often joke around. But you can flash this binding because you know it's going to come, and if you flash over it, you can translate that into aggression. Airwax?
He's on a stealth mission, but I don't think he can deal with Amazing right now. Double buff versus the red. He wants to take the Grump away now. Maybe he realizes his time is now. The hate spikes were flying out, but Amazing flashed it.
Yeah, he waited for Amazing to use his abilities on the Grump, then smite it away and forced the flash. Good move by Airwax, good reactionary move here, but overall Origen prime position right now. Soaz, he knew where Evelyn was, and that's all that matters.
Yeah, Origen are doing a lot of things right here, but Airwax was able to get a little bit back here. Let's see if he can grab Peke. The Sanguine Pool comes out. He's in safety range.
We've seen this before.
Yeah. I mean, this is one of the reasons Peke is liking that Vlad. It's so hard to hit him. And with health as a resource, too, you never can be truly sure exactly how close you are to killing Vladimir.
He's always able to escape Ghost and Flash in him as well. Very nimble. Incredibly hard to kill him. Soaz pulling down Youngbuck here a little bit.
Speaking of a guy who's hard to kill, Soaz doing nice and fine, chugging away at the Flask. Youngbuck forced under tower. Airwax now back into the blue as Soren is poking away out at the barrel.
Oh,
it's a little bit late, but cheeky maneuver by Amazing. Has had a game fit for his name so far.
Amazing, a little bit behind in experience, got his Grump stolen, went for the blue steal, didn't really work out. Airwax, a lot of action, already a couple camps ahead. Had to donate his blue buff and is still in an experience lead on Amazing, so he's staying quite stable in this game.
Very true. Origen now, they still hold that slim lead, most of it due to the first blood, but there's also a pretty massive CS differential in that bottom lane, mostly because Freeze spent a lot of his, what could have been farming time trying to run away from Niels and Mithy. So that's pretty much not the greatest start for that Ashe.
Now Mithy straight up maxing his hook because at level 3 the hook will guaranteed pop the black shield from Morgana, then you can still proc the hook, follow in, Lantern Callista on your way, flay people back and do a whole heap of damage that way. Sometimes at level 3, so rank 2 hook can already do that. Depends on how much AP the Morgana runs and just how much magic pen you have on the Thresh, but that's a little quirky interaction in this Morgana matchup that you definitely have to be aware of. So level 5 you might see a hook from Mithy come in if she doesn't have flash still. Some punish.
Meanwhile, on the top side, Airwax is taking away his Krugs, but he was spotted there. Nice vision placed down.
That's what you do. That's what you do against Evelyn. You just water camps. Instead of trying to ward the standard spots, you have to adapt, and good adaptation from Soaz there. I imagine it was him that placed that ward.
Yep. Now, missing pings flying. Peke is not where they expect
Mithy's doing the exact same thing.
Yep.
Grump ward.
Nicely done. A little bit of a roam by Mithy to secure that one up. Niels just fine on his own down here. There's really no pressure from Freeze. This Ashe is having a real hard time just staying relevant in farm and hasn't really been able to base for items either. You also take a look at the CS differential in the mid. Peke has been giving Soren a hard time. Generally speaking, he's got his revolver already finished, and now we'll see how that one does continue to go.
However, Freeze managed to catch up a little bit. Nihilo's opted for the Vamp Scepter, get some sustain. He can now no longer get poked out, so he's always on full HP, which facilitates those all-ins we talked about earlier. They're letting the lane push back, safety under your tower until you hit level 6, and then you can go for the aggressive flash. Because you always have a secondary flash when you're playing with the Kalista. You can use your flash aggressively and then get pulled out with Fate's Call. Opens up for a lot of outplay potential.
A lot of outplay potential, that is what it is. Now, Soaz, he's got his boots on, looking ready to go a-walking on Youngbuck. Peke in the mid continues to keep that wave push. Let's go to the bottom where the hook goes flying, splitting the uprights. But Freeze, look at that damage that's on him straight through the black shield. It doesn't stop AD. Airwax now, though, looking to try and answer in the top side. Ignite was on him, and Soaz says, let's take this fight. Forces the flash, runs right into him, and that's a dead Evelynn as Soaz is galloping away from Youngbuck. He might be able to make his escape, and a 1 for none in a 2v1.
Soaz with the aggression, you're ganking my lane? Don't you know who I am? I am the crazy French top laner, burns the Ignite, kills Airwax, and at the same time, Origen secured that dragon after that aggression in the bot lane. We saw it, that's why they wanted that lane to bounce back to them, because then they have the distance to hop forward constantly on Freeze, use those gap closers aggressively. Kalista was nerfed passively, but aggression leads to poking people out. Soaz distracted jungle, and Origen, they pick up the dragon.
Yeah, they pick up the dragon on top of it. You know, I don't even know if that counts as a nerf on Kalista if you never hop backwards, Crepo.
Well, that's not working around those game mechanics. Just keep hopping forward.
Yeah, you're just totally fine.
Don't feel it. There's nothing changed.
Working towards that Hurricane pickup for him. We'll see how this one goes. Or Blade of the Rune King. New change.
Whatever you want at this point.
Yeah, he's got so many options. That's the cool thing about what Niels is doing right now, and he's gotten his lead back up to almost 20 CS. Hawkshot goes flying just to try and see where Amazing might be. It's going to go ahead and send its way over the red, but Amazing is there to pick that one up. Not really anything Copenhagen Wolves can do on this map at the moment, though.
So there's two styles you can do it with Kalista. You can go for straight 80 damage and max the Q, get a little bit more poke. That's what generally when you want to push people on the tower and make it easier for you to land that Q repetitively. Niels, no, he likes that wave close to his tower, maxes his E, and then you can follow Freeze down the lane if you ever get close to him. Flash play from Iffy, hook from Iffy, offensive type of play, and then eventually stack those rend stacks and pop it to put Freeze down to maybe 10% or even 0%. Exactly what he wants to do. Trying to play safe here. That's one thing Origen's bot lane always does, is they respect the enemy jungler. Rarely will you see them go for an all-in and get punished by a counter gank. I've yet to see that happen in the LCS, and still they manage to win their lane every time. Beautiful aggro passive play.
Yeah, it makes you really wonder that what team is going to be able to challenge this Origin squad. Don't want to look too far ahead.
There's a teleport.
Copenhagen Wolves are going to try to make that happen here. Ash Arrow comes out, but Youngbuck on the teleport locks up Niels. Airwax is going to try to get at least something, but the face call back. No one dies on Origin. Not today.
And look at the coach, the duck smiling and says, yes, that's why I picked Kalista Thresh for my bot lane, because they get out a 4-man gank squad, force the flash from Airwax, force the Youngbuck teleport, and somehow get out unscathed. Losing your support would be fine there, but Fate's Call, secondary flash, beautiful iteration there. And Soaz, first there were 2 people in his lane, now there's 0, and he's happy with that.
Yeah, he had some help from Amazing too, was able to proxy behind the wave, and while Youngbuck was away, the horse will play all over that tower, just about polishes it off, lets the minions take a few more shots, and Youngbuck, there's not much he can really do here with Soaz sitting in lane.
And this is a catch-22. Usually when you play against a Thresh lane, you don't focus the AD carry because he will get lanterned out. So what do? You focus the Thresh. But in a Kalista lane, what you usually do is you focus Kalista but not the Thresh, because the Thresh will get pulled back. So who the hell do you focus?
My head hurts, Crepo.
Exactly.
I think the Wolves are...
The answer is no one. You go to mid lane, but who's there? Peke with Sanguine Pool. So okay, logically, you go to the top lane. Then Soaz kills you.
So okay, so what they had to do is they had to find Amazing
in
his jungle. Airwax almost did.
Yeah, that's true.
Give him some credit there.
That's true.
But as it stands, they just haven't been able to find anything beyond that, a little bit of harassment. So as it stands, you know, we're approaching 12 minutes on the clock. There's been a dragon in favor of Origen. There's been a gold lead for them with the tower as well. And now they're stacking up on this bottom side while Copenhagen Wolves bot lane is away. Soaz out of range. Amazing coming up on this one.
Soaz has teleport advantage. We saw aggression on the bot lane. We saw flashes used. This usually prompts a return gank from the Copenhagen Wolves jungler, but Origen already predicted this. They're ready 4-man bot lane. They want to storm the front, they want to dive this tower potentially. He's gonna Flade.
Oh, Flay's not gonna connect, however the hook will, and Unlimited is the one who's caught up. Thanks to Mythy, in comes Amazing, the arrow is out, but the barrel is out as well, and a second one, Amazing, will polish him off the second time around.
Forces the Black Shield, knows there's gonna be reactionary bind and dodges forward, lands the hook on the support. What a play, beautiful execution there by Origen, and I feel like they're 1 or even 2 steps ahead of their opponent consistently so far in the LCS, and fantastic play.
Yeah, they just haven't been challenged. They have been 1 or 2 or sometimes 3 steps ahead, and Amazing. He knew Airwax was there all along. Mythy coming up, but Evelyn is long gone right now. However, the tower looks like it's going down pretty soon.
And so many subtle outplays here. Mythy trying to fish for the invincible Evelyn. He knows roughly where she is, but isn't quite sure. But I just want to reiterate on what Amazing did there. Many Gragas's would have just thrown their ultimate, but he knew about the risk of the exhaust, so he opened with a Q barrel, then reevaluated the situation. Morgana had a flash, so he had time. Aerox, he spotted though.
Yep, and Amazing returns fire onto a Mythy in the front. In comes Soren. Fate's call, Niels will bail Mythy out, and still Origen stays safe everywhere on the map.
And again, this is why I love playing with a Kalista, because you can overextend your normal range, peel aggressively, and then get pulled out by Fate's Call the second you're about to get hit. And the synergy on this bot lane from Origen is very, very impressive.
See the level of trust they have and how they're able to execute together. All across the board, Origen doing fantastic. 3,000 gold in the lead. Dragon is coming up in another half minute. Copenhagen Wolves have to find a way to punish Origen, but they're not being given an opening.
Now the Wolves are usually a double threat type of team, with Soren and Freeze doing most of the carry potential. Soren still even in the mid lane, 130 CS, so there's still a little bit of hope left for the Wolves right here. If he can get a Shurima shuffle off, as they call it, the Mythy is looking to go aggressive yet again because the support from Amazing
is here. Freeze has got not much mana. They're gonna pull him back in after burning through the Black Shield. Amazing picks up a spree kill. That tower's not lasting long, and a teleport comes in as Unlimited has found the binding. Soaz galloping around the side, runs right into Unlimited, and down he goes. You reap what you sow in League of Legends, and that is another kill for Soaz.
We asked for Blood Pyra, and Blood is what we got. 5-0 Origen right here. Translating that kill. Why did Soaz teleport? Because not only does he get a kill, he sets up for the Dragon right here. He can go to base or just simply run back to the top lane, because Youngbuck is still struggling with pushing that wave backwards, and the Wolves are consistently 2 steps behind.
It might be close to 3 steps at this point. Soren has let a big wave fly in the mid, but there really isn't much else Copenhagen Wolves can do. Looking to stack up on the top side, while Soaz does not have that teleport available. Maybe polish off a tower. They got to stem the bleeding though, because they are in danger of pretty much having it all bled out.
Yeah, they were en route to get perfect gain by Origen, but at least they're picking up 1 tower to stop that from happening. Don't want to be that team that gives that up. Tower goes to the Wolves. Discrepancy, 4,000 gold, 5-0 on the scoreboard, 2 dragons to none.
Uh-oh.
Soaz?
He's in a bit of trouble. I don't think he expected 3 members of the Wolves to be there. However, he's able to make it out at the cost of simply an onslaught of shadows.
Yeah. Blood Frenzy occasionally leads to some amnesia.
Yeah, or maybe a little bit of face checking.
A little bit of face checking. Forgot that there were 3 members that just took that tower.
You know, I guess it's kind of ironic. We've talked about Blood all game, and Vladimir's really not been involved in much of it. I think Pekka wants to.
It's like Pekka said in his interview yesterday, I believe. Yo, Pekka, what happened? They asked him. I don't know, I was farming in the mid lane and then we won. I like those kind of games.
Oh, you too. Soaz is in some trouble here a little bit. However, he burns down. Airwax will finally get him. Niels, though, is on the revenge with the help of Mythy. Airwax is gonna pay dearly. Another kill, or a kill over to the AD carry.
Good guy Mythy, not tainting that support score. He's well on his way to become the bond of the Rift right here. 2 more assists for that one. They can try to keep the tower alive. Ulti for wave clear.
Yep, should be able to scare them off, and he does. Niels and Mythy were there as well. So Copenhagen Wolves, despite that 1 tower, they've yet to get anything else. Freeze looking for a wave down bottom to help him accomplish it, but he can't get too close. It's very dangerous to go alone. Now he'll just let the wave crash against the tower. Peke back in the mid. Trying to deal with Soren, Youngbuck, and Unlimited. However, he's got some help from Mythy. He's got Amazing around the side. He's okay.
See Freeze base, and one reason Vladimir is actually pretty cool to play into Ashe, because often you'll see Ashe players base and send an arrow down the mid lane from the fountain. However, Sanguine Pool on a player like Pekka can be used to just straight up dodge that, so that angle is kind of ruined. A very nimble top laner on Hecarim as well, very hard to land that arrow, so Freeze having issues to get these snipes, because just like Forgiven did earlier when he played Ashe 2, or yesterday rather. And we see the weaknesses. Week 1 we saw the rise of Ashe, you know, is she the new OP pick in the AD carry position? Not quite.
It all depends on whose hands she falls into, but yes, it hasn't worked quite so well for Freeze this game. However, it's certainly not the only problem the Wolves are having. Origen across the board, approaching the 18-minute mark, 6-1 is the kill score. Over 4,000 gold ahead, 2 towers to 1 will help that, as will 2 dragons. And now they're stacking up top to try to push their lead.
Yeah, and Miffy's scouting across that wall, denying a possible Evelyn flank. Yeah, we see the teleport come in, so the Wolves want to go for a double fight collapse.
In comes the arrow, but it's split between Mythy and Niels, and that is backfired on the Wolves, who are unsure if they want to take this fight. Maokai still running to try and get to the team. Origen don't know he's here just yet, but the barrel will come out onto Airwax, and in comes Soaz. That burst damage, amazing. Picks up another. Flash from Unlimited as him and Freeze bail out, and Youngbuck all by himself, locked up by Niels, looking like he might have regretted this teleport. Tosses the sapling, but it's him who's getting touched down or not. Stays alive. Soaz still hanging on with a sliver of health, as Amazing now has to get away from the Sand Soldier range. Close calls for Origen, but they haven't dropped yet.
Good awareness by Origen overall in that fight. Pekka wasn't even in that. That was a 4v5. The second they spotted Youngbuck, Amazing immediately turned around, started peeling, and somehow no member of Origen dropped there, although it was very, very close in Soaz's case.
Very, very close. Also close for Youngbuck, as it were. Now things reset to a bit of normalcy. As Freeze clears away some wards and they take stock of the situation.
Resets to normalcy. Origen 5,000 gold ahead, 20-minute mark. Almost an expectation so far in the European LCS summer
split. Bar here, Crapo.
Definitely setting the bar.
Dragon's a minute and a half away, but right now Copenhagen Wolves have some other ideas. See if they can pick off Soaz.
No ultimate.
He's got his teleport though if he can get out of range of being stunned up, and he's trying for it. Runs onto Unlimited. He might take this fight. Soaz is getting seriously crazy this game, and he makes him think twice about that. Amazing now, not about to let this opportunity expire. Airwax running as fast as he can. The binding's going to hit him up, but Airwax now in some trouble as he's slowed down by the barrel. Soaz will pick him off, and the rest of Origen clear the back line away as Unlimited goes down to Niels. Youngbuck bailing out his Freeze and Soren will take a tower in mid, but will be met by Peke.
Fantastic Hecarim so far by Soaz, so deceptive. It looked like he was running in the minions just to have the minions block the Dark Binding, but then suddenly turns around and does so much damage on Unlimited. Nobody was ready for that. Still has his Ignite. Ulti came up. Teleport is now being used.
Soaz has got himself the home guards, and in he goes. Freeze, his health bar's gone. The arrow's not going to connect, and Soaz claims another. Looking now for Soren as he dashes away to the safety of his tower, forced to use the ultimate to get away. Meanwhile, tower drops in mid.
One teleport used and ultimate forces 2 defensive ultimates on the Copenhagen Wolves. 1v2 still gets a kill. Soaz, you've practiced this champion before.
I think that's a safe bet. Origen seem to be in complete control of this game as Youngbuck gets caught in a hook, tries to go in on Amazing, getting chunked down, and Peke will claim his first kill of the game. Might as well get him involved in a little bit of it while they're having fun, Crapo.
Yeah. Under 10% kill participation from Peke. Origen members like to keep their job. Peke said, okay guys, now it's my turn to get a kill or else you're off the team.
It's not good for my fantasy. Well, let's see and bruise, but for Origen, little to complain about. They will secure themselves Dragon number 3. Copenhagen Wolves, it's spiraling out of their reach.
Yeah, we go back to the feature that we saw, or the clip that Amazing said, we're not a mid lane focused team. Copenhagen Wolves trying a bit of that mid lane focus themselves, but it doesn't quite work out, and Peke farming up a storm, but his team is winning the game for him, and should they falter, should they fall behind, then he will come in. He's desperate times, desperate measures type of guy, but no desperate times so far for Origen.
Well, it says something when you don't have to get your mid lane involved and you're already doing this quite this well in this game. They've extended the gold lead up. It's over 7,000 at this point. We've hit 22 minutes on the clock. Copenhagen Wolves haven't been able to contest a single dragon. Origen just own this map wherever they damn please they can go. And Niels has found Young Buck and scoots him away from his pink ward, only taking a sapling toss in exchange. Looking at
the split so far, it seems that Origen is always involved in some of the most one-sided games so far. Always very stompy almost to the point, outclassing their opponents both individually as well as macro level play. And we saw Giants go head-to-head a little bit with Origen, give them a run for their money, and initially we wrote it off as Origen coming in weak and Giants performing decently, but going back to that game, it seems that you have to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, and really
they made the game closer than the Wolves are doing right now.
More than anyone else has, I mean, and that's something I don't think anybody would have expected going into this split. The Wolves now, they're feeling the burn from this Origen team as well. And it's been so very hard to critique this squad on anything, really maybe just not ending as fast as they possibly could. Well,
they like having fun.
They do like having fun. And you know, you might as well. If you're in the LCS, you've made it this far, you still keep getting the wins. Let the good times roll and let the barrels keep on going. Airwax now in enemy territory, and they all immediately jump on him, sending everything his way as they peel away from the Baron. The kills are more important, and Soaz looks to secure another. He is going to just barely have to speed his way up to finally polish him off. 5-1 and 3. This horse is going crazy.
And Miffy with a very optimistic shot at an LCS big play there, shooting his hook all the way to the left. The only way that would have hit is if Airwax flashed over the wall and walked into it. Hey, securing all angles, because he knew if Airwax doesn't flash to that exact position and he doesn't get that fancy hook, then eventually Soaz will just run him down. Another kill on the board. Origen can push top tower, they can push mid tower, they can go for Baron. Their potential is limitless at this point.
Is indeed. Niels and Soaz will make quick work of that tower on the top. Origen look to be setting up for a Baron as Copenhagen Wolves, all but Young Buck, have been confined into their base. Young Buck will finally get a tower there, but small peanuts at this point. Origen starting this Baron off, and there is no response. Hawkshot's going to go through and find it out, but will they react?
Yeah, and even the potential steal is out of the equation. No more flash from Evelyn, and even if she gets close enough, we're talking about Ren dealing over 1,500 damage at these points in the game, combined that with Smite. There's no way that Copenhagen Wolves are going to steal this. Kalista secures it.
Yeah, Airwax was trying to make something happen, but Soaz chased him off, was able to twirl around and do some extra damage. Peke now separated a little from his team as he tries to cut Young Buck, Airwax, and Unlimited off. Gets the Baron empowerment on those minions. And we'll see how this game keeps on going. 25 minutes in.
Yeah, Origen with the shortest average game length in the LCS so far, and looking to have that stat even more. Let's see if they can close in time, or if Soaz returns to his liking of ending up in the enemy fountain at the end of the game. Rooting those poor people that selected him in the fantasy.
The funny thing is, it didn't change his KDA, because that was his first death.
There you go.
Yeah, I guess it didn't matter.
Then it's alright.
He's got one death on the board here too, but I think Copenhagen Wolves are going to be hard-pressed to really pick off anyone here. They've got the one kill this game. Airwax still deep in enemy territory, trying to find a pick up. Peke's the one who's found, freezes health bar. Oh, the blood is sucked out of him as he dances to his death. Peke will pick him off, and now Origen find Copenhagen Wolves with their pants down and start to pick out the Nexus, or the inhibitor turrets, I should say.
Yeah, Copenhagen Wolves freeze, press D for dance, and made amazing press F for flash, even though he was running it on D. Wanted that kill steal, he wanted the credit, he wanted to make his fans proud that selected him in the fantasy LCS. Those juicy points, now he's without a flash. At least that's body slam, get across that wall, so as he's stuck. At this point, he might even use his ultimate to get over.
I don't think it's really a problem for him at this point. They can't do much to him. No one can stable that horse. And another inhibitor turret goes down without much of a fight from Copenhagen Wolves. We got 26 minutes on the clock. Niels, fancy footwork to dodge away from the Ash Arrow. Peke, Mithy, amazing. Niels, they're all up on this inhibitor, and down it goes. They've got more super minions on the way, looking to clean sweep it around, or maybe just fire down the Nexus turrets. They've got minions on all sides. Peke dodging away from the Dark Bind. In comes Soren, trying to get that Shurima shuffle off, but it won't work. Mithy getting pulled back by the face call, and Soaz goes in head first into the tower. He might get picked off, shut down by Young Buck, but Origen, they don't seem too phased by this. Young Buck caught in a line, and Peke moving forward, deciding, I think it's not worth it just yet. Let's go back, friend.
And there we see the change on Vladimir made. You can now activate items in Sanguine Pool or click lanterns right there. Peke getting out safely. Another interaction that we didn't really mention on before. Sanguine Pool got changed. You can press Zonias, you can take Lanterns, and even more nimble Expected. The only one, again, dying here is Soa's 100% death participation.
100%. Yeah. He's a #1 feeder this game. 8 seconds till the next Dragon, but that doesn't seem to be priority for Origen right now. They have got bigger fish to fry. Tower going down in the bottom. Copenhagen Wolves base is already in shambles, and the last standing inhibitor and inhibitor turret are looking to go down here. Peke leading the charge with the Hemo Plague onto Young Buck and Unlimited. Amazing as found Airwax.
Here's
and
Soaz
with a teleport around the backside. Niels will pick up a kill there, and Copenhagen Wolves, they've got nothing left in this tank. Origen have rolled over them just like they have just about everybody else this split so far. Minions are flying all around the board. This game is almost over.
And every game from Origen I see makes me so excited for week 4 where Origen will clash with Fnatic. I can't wait to see that matchup. Amazing almost going down here. Soren barely gets him.
There's Nazir turret on the Nexus turret right now, Crepo. Origen are styling. Unlimited will fall down. There's still some wolves left to howl, but Origen don't need to be worried about that at all. Nexus is going down 28.5, and Origen are 4-0.